Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to this next guitar lesson. For today's lesson, we're going to be taking a look at a cool little line in A minor. So you obviously heard me play this at the beginning of the video, and this has some really cool little hybrid picking ideas, some string skipping, and then also some cool little kind of legato-based ideas. So yeah, let's get into the idea. I'll show you exactly what I'm doing and break the lick down piece by piece. Okay guys, so to get started, we're doing like a little pedal tone idea. And with this lick too, don't always feel like you have to play, even when you're learning any lick for that matter, don't always feel like you have to play the full lick. Feel free to break it down into small little chunks and portions, and if the whole lick is really usable to you, that's awesome. But a lot of times I find when I'm transcribing licks and stuff that little portions of the lick are more useful to me than even the whole lick put together. So just little ideas and concepts that I can kind of get out of the lick. That's how I spend a lot of time, learning licks and stuff like that. So anyways, the first little concept we're doing is just a pedal tone idea. I see guys do this a lot where there's one note underneath, or above for that matter, and then another note that's changing in pitch. Okay, so here's the first little shape that we're going to have. We're going to have 2 of the D with the pointer, 5 of the G with the pinky. Okay, now we're hybrid picking the G, picking the D. So that's the first part. And then we're going to 4 of the G with the ring. So that's the first part right there. And then we're doing a little roll with the pointer finger to 2 of the G, and then we're rolling back on to 2 of the D. So I'm just basically letting off pressure on the D with my pointer, rolling it onto the G, and then rolling it back. So that whole phrase together. Okay, so that's the whole phrase put together. Okay, now from there, as soon as we hit this E note, we're doing a hammer on up to 5 with the pinky on the D. Okay, and then we're grabbing 2 of the G with the pointer, and then pulling off from 5 down to 2 on the D. So that whole phrase. And even that little part right there is a really useful little lick and idea. If you're thinking, this is basically in the key of A minor, so this lick is going to start on like the 3rd of a minor chord, okay? And then you just do the spaces accordingly on the fingerings. So like right here, obviously we're starting on the 3rd, so let's say this was in C minor. This first little phrase right there would then be, okay, so I'm just starting at the 3rd of C minor and then playing the shape accordingly. Okay, back into A minor. So after we have this first little part here, we're going down. This is a little bit of a stretch. So after we pull off from 5 to 2 on the D, we're pulling off, starting with the ring finger at 5 of the A. And this makes for a little bit of a stretch, but it's the best fingering that works. Okay, and then we're going 5 of the A, pulling off to 3 of the A. Okay, so that whole phrase there. Actually, before I play this, after we pull off to 3, we're sliding that up to 7. Okay, so here's that little phrase. Okay, so that's the whole first phrase there. And another little concept that's in this lick that's really cool is this idea right here. Normally when you play this little legato line like this, something you might do is, and then just continue on like up a scale or something like that, or maybe skip a string. So like doing a ham or a pull off to another hammer on. But I find it's really cool once you pull off to the pointer finger to slide that pointer finger up to some higher note. So even if you had like 5 and 7 of the D, let's say I was just doing that, instead of doing this, it might be kind of cool to pull off and slide the pointer up to 10. And then you get up into a different territory of the fretboard. So just kind of an interesting little concept for you guys to look at. So here's where we're at in the lick at any rate. Okay, from here we're grabbing 10 of the D with the pinky, then back to 7 of the A with the pointer, and I'm hybrid picking 10 of the D. Okay, so here's the full up to that part again. Okay, now after I pick 7 of the A again, I'm grabbing, let's see, 7 of the G, and I'm hybrid picking that. And I'm sliding that up to 9 of the G. Okay, and then from there, all that I'm doing is just grabbing 8 of the B and then 10 of the B. And I'm hybrid picking both those notes to finish off with, and that's just ending on the root. Okay, so here is the full lick, nice and slow. Even slower. Okay, so that's the full lick there for you guys. Again, there's a couple cool little concepts in there, even like up here. You know, just doing that little, I do this a lot in my playing, where I'm basically grabbing like a 6th right here, and then grabbing a flat 7 and then sliding up. That's usually a really cool little idea. So even this little phrase right here is a really usable little phrase. So again, don't be afraid to break. And if you think of this phrase, it's basically starting from like the 5th of a minor chord, or if you're on the major chord, it's starting from the 3rd of the major chord. So like right here, let's say we're in C minor again. Okay, the 5th is C minor. On the A string is G. And then you can just continue another little phrase up, or whatever you want to do after that. But again, you know, just as a piece of advice, you know, with a lot of licks and stuff, find little concepts and little ideas within the actual lick that you really enjoy and you think are cool. Because a lot of times it's way harder to throw like a full massive lick into your playing and make it sound natural than it is to just use like these little concept ideas and throw those into your playing, and it'll sound a lot more natural. Again, there's a lot of validity in learning like, you know, full big licks, and I do that myself, but a lot of times when I learn those big licks, like I said, I'm breaking it down and finding the little concept ideas in there and little phrases and stuff that I really, really like. So at any rate, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this lick, and I will see you all back here next week for the next lesson. Thanks so much, everyone.